We're at the point in the offseason where things really start to heat up. The hot stove begins to burn and we start to see free agents sign. But the market is usually dictated by those players at the top of it. So what we're going to be doing here over the next coming couple of weeks is we're going to be examining the best free agents and their 5 most likely landing destinations for this 2026 campaign and beyond. So keep it locked in here at the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and let's get into it. Now, as we get into our next player, Merrill Kelly, I think the Arizona Diamondbacks have an interesting case and a dark horse pick for a potential landing destination. When you think about the fact that the Diamondbacks are going to be facing the departure of Zach Gallen, being able to bring back a reliable starter to take his place in that rotation all but seems assured. When you think about what Merrill Kelly could be going to the Diamondbacks, it could be a very significant fit for this team. A team that is obviously going to try to get back to a postseason run. We know that they were so close just a couple of seasons ago, barely being knocked out, and they want to get back to that position. They want to get back to where they were in 2023 when they were the runner-up in the World Series battle. Going out and getting an established starter to be a part of the rotation following behind Corbin Burnes is something that the Diamondbacks can really start to build around their team. Obviously, there's going to be some financial aspects that have to be readjusted, but nevertheless, when you think about what Merrill Kelly to the Diamondbacks could be, it could be a dark horse fit. So keep it locked in. Now, another team that could be a dark horse fit for the services of Merrill Kelly is that of the Houston Astros. And the only real reason why it's a dark horse fit and not a full-fledged potential landing destination is simply because we don't know the financial direction the Astros are headed. We're not sure whether they believe in the team that is going to be on the field in 2026 as far as a true legitimate contender. They missed the postseason for the first time since 2016 last year. And whether or not they believe in the team that is going to be present on the field will remain to be seen. In addition to that rotation that is potentially losing out on Framber Valdez, could easily be reissued some hope, some semblance of hope, with the addition of a guy who can plug into that rotation, who's going to be able to go out there every 5 days and give you some length in Merrill Kelly. I think that for the Astros, depending on how they look at their team going into this 2026 campaign, Merrill Kelly could be a fit. Now, another team that is making interesting waves is that of the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are going to be needing something to be able to push this team back to that level of the 2023 World Series victory that they had. Going out and getting a fortified starter in Merrill Kelly for that rotation is without a doubt a way to start laying that groundwork. You already have some pieces in-house. You made a trade for Brandon Nimmo, and you now have the makings of a team that in a division that has gotten weaker, you can be one of the favorites coming out of that division. Obviously, you're going to be battling the Mariners in the way that they had their run last year, so close to making it to their very first World Series. So they're not going to be a slouch in this division. And if the Texas Rangers want to get back to the World Series as they were in 2023, being able to make some inroads, like bringing in a starter like Merrill Kelly to help solidify this team in a big way, could easily be one of the easy moves for the Rangers this offseason. Look for the Rangers as aggressive as they've been already with making that trade and acquiring Brandon Nimmo, giving up some of the financial capital that was the contract of Marcus Semien, now allows the Rangers to really start to reshape this team in a big way. If they're going to be aggressive at being a contender in 2026, being able to bring in a reliable starter like Merrill Kelly could be an easy mark to get them started. Now, as we get to the number 2 spot for me and the services of Merrill Kelly, it is the New York Mets. The Mets are going to be in on basically every single pitcher until they land 1 or 2 starters. Being able to go out and get a guy like Merrill Kelly to plug into the back half of the rotation, mid to back half of the rotation, could be something where the Mets can start to put this team back into a position where they're back in the postseason. Yes, they had that incredible run in 2024, ultimately falling short to the Dodgers in the National League Championship Series, but they fell even shorter last year. After going out and spending big money on Juan Soto, making some other moves as well, they did not work in 2025. So heading into 2026, you have to make some changes. You have to do some things differently. Bringing in a reliable starter like Merrill Kelly to be your 3, 4, even 5 number starter in your rotation could easily be the foundational pieces that are necessary with what you already have in-house. When you think about what this team is and what they can be, they needed better starting pitching. Being able to go out and have a more reliable starter could give the Mets that opportunity to get back to where they want to be and where Steve Cohen ultimately is trying to get to, and win the World Series. Being able to have a guy like Merrill Kelly on the roster could also help by bringing a veteran presence to that clubhouse that is having some internal turmoil, as has been reported. Yes, Merrill Kelly may not be the guy that needs to be that vocal leader, but he can help rally this team when they're going through those tough stretches by being a reliable starter that they can count on every 5 days. But in my opinion, the number 1 and most likely landing destination for Merrill Kelly is that of the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are in a position right now where they've already made a move to lock in the back end of their games with bringing on Ryan Helsley. Obviously, we know that Felix Bautista is likely not available until the end of August, beginning of September at best. So you're going to want to be able to shorten games. How do you do that? By bringing in a reliable starter. We saw the Orioles go out and spend big a few years ago, acquiring the services of Zach Eflin, and this could be another starter in that similar line, a guy who's going to go out there every 5 days, who's going to be consistent for you, a guy that you can, again, rely upon in that rotation. With the young team that Baltimore currently has, being able to have that veteran presence in that clubhouse to kind of lead this team, having been through the grind, having been through and gotten to the World Series back in 2023 with the Diamondbacks, you are in a position right now to be able to facilitate a move like this. Having those young guys under contract at very, very team-friendly deals, you now can go out and spend a little bit on bringing in a reliable starter to plug into that rotation, to start to help to round out and be able to form this team into a team that is going to be competing in a very, very tough American League East. This season has the potential and the opportunity where all 5 teams in the AL East could be extremely competitive. We could see all 5 teams, in theory, end with more than a 500 record. Yes, highly, highly difficult to do, but if the Orioles can go out and put themselves in a position to get a reliable starter and have the bounce back that you expect from their young star players, this could be a team that very easily vaults back to the top of the American League East, as we saw them be a few seasons ago. Having a guy like Merrill Kelly on the roster and in the rotation could help them facilitate that. But I want to hear from you guys, baseball fans. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings down in the comment section below. Where is the most likely landing destination for Merrill Kelly? What does that contract look like in terms of years and dollars? Let me know that down in the comments. And while you're there, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, as it does truly help us continue to build this baseball community here. As we continue to try to bring you more content, more coverage, and more contributors, we definitely want to know that you are enjoying the content. And by hitting that subscribe button and the bell for post notifications, each and every time we drop new content, you'll be able to be notified of it, and you'll also be able to help us know that you're enjoying the content that you're seeing. If you're not seeing the kind of coverage and content that you want for your team, reach out. There may be a place for you on the team here at the Baseball Banter Broadcast. So once again, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.